Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. Woo! And I'm a witch!
Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. So what in the world was that, right? You might be asking yourself right about now. Well, you might not believe me even if I told you, but that, dear viewer, is who is representing Ireland at this year's Eurovision contest. I know it didn't take long for the once pious Catholic nation to go from accepting abortion to whatever this is. The slippery slope does remain undefeated. The artist goes by the name Bambi Thug, and she identifies as being non-binary and I guess also a witch. She even calls her genre Ouija pop. Some fear that the song she sang this week, which advanced her to the Eurovision finals, included lyrics for hexing or for casting demonic spells. So as such, I won't be playing any of the music. She started out her performance, though, with a pentagram led up by candles, and then later in the performance, she unveiled the trans flag-colored costume she had hidden underneath. Point taken, LGBTQ activism is literally Satanism. Got it. Glad she was able to make the point for me. So Bambi Thug also took a pot shot at Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who, despite being a giant lib, as you know, is standing strong against the transgender mafia, so kudos to her on that. But Bambi Thug decided to open her song by quoting the Dark Witch's killing curse from the series. In English, it translates to, "I speak to destroy." It is the exact demonic inversion of the book of Genesis from the Bible, where God speaks all things into existence, into being, and then he declares them to be good, because he made them. I know many of these types do this for shock value, and a lot of them don't really believe in all the Satanist stuff they proclaim to. They're just trying to goad Christians for the most part and be shocking and daring, but what they don't realize is how they're being played by the devil himself. That's the real scary part. They're messing with something far darker and more powerful than they could ever imagine, while their pride prevents them from understanding that the people and the God they mock so vehemently are the only ones who truly love them enough to save them from that. As they say, pride is the sin which can turn an angel into a demon, so be careful. It's a stupid world we live in, but also a very dangerous one. So I know that got a little dark, but hopefully our last guest tonight can help us out with some laughs. He's once again on the road traveling, and so he's bringing that traveling circus to us one day early, same as last week. Without further ado, joining us now with his Everything is Stupid weekly wrap-up is author and supply chain consultant Jim Nels. Jim, thanks for being here tonight. What do you have for us this Thursday?
Hey, Kara, it's great to be with you again. Late night greetings from the Everything is Stupid studios here in Paris, the city of light, home of the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, and of course, all these cheese-eating surrender monkeys. It's been another crazy, stupid week. We have a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. You know, Kara, the Democrats had a very bad week, even as viewed from this side of the Atlantic. First, the Biden administration is claiming that empty federal buildings are contributing to government meeting its zero emissions goal for federal buildings by implementing a new rule that prevents buildings from having on-site fossil fuel energy sources. So buildings that are sitting empty with the lights on as federal employees work from home are now being seen as good. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, you know, the woman who tried to show the benefits of electric vehicles by driving 500 miles in an EV supported by 5 gas-powered cars, and then she got into a tiff at a charging station by having one of those gas-powered cars reserve a charger spot for her? Yeah, that Jennifer Granholm. She said in a statement that the Biden administration is practicing what they preach. So letting government employees who can't be fired work from home while taxpayer-funded federal buildings sit empty with air conditioning and lights on is environmentally friendly? That's like saying that eating veal is environmentally friendly because baby cows have fewer methane emissions over their lifetime than their adult counterparts. Ah, veal, the new green meat. Speaking of the Biden administration and doing stupid, inexplicable things, Crazy old Joe and his Hamas-loving advisors have decided to withhold a shipment of arms to Israel in a failed effort to force Israel to cancel its planned military efforts in Rafah in Israel's attempt to finish the war in Gaza. The U.S. is withholding a shipment of 1,800 2,000-pound bombs and 1,700 500-pound bombs. Sounds like a quid pro quo to me. Didn't they impeach Trump for that? White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, the greatest press secretary in the history of press secretaries, insisted that the shipment was not delayed as a punishment to Israel,